For those of you who regularly go to the gym, you probably are aware of all of the germs that are at the gym. Now, whether you go there for weight training or calisthenics or an exercise class, or you use the equipment for aerobic type exercise, yeah, germs are pretty much all over the place. Now, I mostly go for the weight training and I wear weight gloves. These are probably my second pair. And even though they are gloves, they only protect part of my hand, and it's to keep my hands from getting calluses. But then anything I'm touching is touching my fingers. So one of the things I do, and is a good idea, before I go home, I stop in the bathroom and I wash my hands really well. I let the water run, I rub my hands under the water and rub in between my fingers, and then when I get home I shower. So that's the first thing I do to make sure I don't touch anything. So the other thing you might want to keep in mind is germs get transmitted when we touch, when they get on our fingers and then we touch our eyes, nose, or mouth. So once you're in the gym, try to be really conscious about not touching parts of your face. Now that can be kind of hard when you're sweating, so that gets me to the next point, which is towels. Now in the gym where I work out, they have two bins, let's call them bins, or hampers on wheels. And one is for dirty towels, and they wheel that into where they have the washer and dryer, and they dump the dirty towels and bring it back and put that bin back. And then when the clean towels come out of the dryer, they use a different bin for that, and the person working the front desk brings them over to the front desk and folds them and brings the clean one back. But I've been reading that at some gyms they use the bins interchangeably, so the clean towels coming out of the dryer might be put into a bin or a hamper where dirty towels have been. Bad. So you might want to look around and see what they do, and if they do that, bring your own towel. But if they're pretty clean with their towels, then another thing to keep in mind is when you take that towel and you put it down on something to sit on, when you're at a machine, for example, have one side of the towel touching the machine and keep the other side to wipe your face. Or ask if you can have two towels, one for your face and then one for the machine. Okay, you get the idea. So that way one side of the towel is touching the machine. I don't think about germs that much when I'm there. I just have a few little precautions that I do. Now, you can also, a lot of them have their own cleaning supplies in different small containers throughout the gym. Mine does. It hasn't always. I joined them in the early 90s and they didn't back then. But now they do. They've got sprays, they've got paper towels. You can clean down the machine before you use it and after you use it, or they also have some wipes that actually have something on them, so you could use those as well. So that's another thing to try. Now, when we're talking about locker rooms, a really good idea if you're going to use a locker room is to not go barefoot on the floor or carpet that's in the locker room. Have some flip-flops with you. And also, and I didn't really think about this, if you bring a gym bag, don't set it on the floor because there are all kinds of germs on the floor. So put your gym bag on a bench with you and then put it in the locker and lock it up, but just not on the floor. Now, I'm not saying that other people come to the gym and they're sick and transporting all kinds of germs, but even if we're healthy, sometimes we're around sick people and then we go touching things. And yeah, this is even more than in an office where everybody's touching doorknobs and to go in and out of offices and conference rooms, and that where we should be washing our hands a lot, but it's the gym. So just keep that in mind. I think the biggest thing, if you're starting to think about these things, is to not touch your eyes, nose, or mouth once you're there with your fingers, and to wash your hands before you leave the gym. So those are my tips for staying healthy around all kinds of flu bugs and cold bugs and whatever other bugs are going on at the gym so that you don't catch it. Stay healthy. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm making another green smoothie today in my regular Oster blender instead of my Vitamix. Just want to check which ingredients work really well. Today I'm making peach, orange, banana, and a green, and my green